we have our distinguished on the stage. So I don't want to take much time. So, sir, I hand over this. Hand over this to you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar, very good afternoon to all of you. Hope you all had lunch and hope you are not drowsy. And let's see, we'll start with Operation Sindoor and then we'll go to space, we'll go to Gaganyaan and all that, so we'll be very alert. Friends, very good afternoon. The Honorable Minister will join in short time. But this session is on Aero Space and defense. And all these sectors, what is that going to happen in Andhra Pradesh? What is that Andhra Pradesh is offering? What is that industry is looking at? And where do we stand with respect to the country, with respect to the world? This is how we are going to think about it. I'll just give a brief introduction and then get on to it. Now, as Mr. Somnath is there, I will not touch the subject of space because he was the chairman ISRO and he was the secretary department of space, and so he knows everything, and he is also an advisor to the AP government, and everything he will explain. So right now today we have very eminent panels here, very rarely to get such people even when you go to a very serious conferences. One is Mr. Somnath, what we have. Then we have Dr. Chandrika Kaushik. She is DG DRDO. She looks after the industry, looks after all the services, armed forces requirement and international cooperation of DRDO. That is how she is here looking after the entire industry interface and the aspects of it and all that. Then we have Mr. Sampath here. He is CEO of HFCI, a big unit where they have units all over the country. Particularly they have in Karnataka, they have in Hyderabad, they have in Tamil Nadu, and they are going to establish a big unit in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In a big unit, they have already taken about 1,000 acres land. He is one. Then again I continue, my young friend here, who is still a bachelor, and he is a man from a startup called Digantara. So he sees the whole thing of the universe from space. That is the technology. So the technology is recognized by none first other than USA. The first project to them is given by US Air Force. And Mr. Mukesh Ambani has invested 300 crores into that company. He had it to us immediately after that. He said 300 crores I am investing. Then we have from Bharat Forge, Colonel Sanjay. Jairam. He is from Bharat Forge. Bharat Forge is into defense in a very big way. They make guns. The first gun of this country, indigenous gun, is made by Bharat Forge. And I want to tell you, you have to applaud for it. You cannot be quiet. That gun has got the world's longest range. The Indian gun in the world is the longest range gun that is produced by Bharat Forge. He is CEO of that company. Then we have Mr. Nilay Verma, and he is from an organization called Primus Consultants. Most of the things which are happening in Andhra Pradesh are his brainchilds. Sitting with Honorable CM, sitting with the secretaries, and many things are planned, and he is there most of the time traveling with the CM and all that. So such is the eminent panel which is present here, and going to talk about defense, aero and space. I'll just give 2 minutes introduction about the defense. You all know now, we fought Operation Sindoor. The speciality of Operation Sindoor is we fought with indigenous weapons, completely made in India. We fought with the war with Atmanirbharata. World was surprised to see Indian weapons. We all think that Israel only has got Iron Dome, we don't know anything. Now all our country people, the entire world knows that whatever Pakistan launched, we smashed it in the air there itself. Nothing is allowed to come to India. That is how the operation is done. So, the indigenous weapons, indigenous systems are growing very fast. Now today, out of the 1.75 lakh crore capital budget what we have here in the country, in the defense budget, 1.5 lakh crores are produced within our country. 1.5 lakh crores. And the target for next year is 1.75 lakh crores. And the target for 2028 is 3 lakh crores. 3 lakh crores is the target to produce here in India. And we started exporting. Last year we exported 24,000 crores worth of defense equipment from this country. And Rajnath Singh ji has said that you should make it 50,000. And one statistic say, even if 3% of the world's requirement which India can produce, even if 3% of the world's requirement which India has the capability to produce, that will go beyond 1 lakh crores. That is the opportunity what India has got. So this opportunity, looking at this state of Andhra Pradesh, has come out with policies, the best in the country policy for aerospace and defense, aero cities, all that have come here. And so with respect to that, with such eminent panel here, we like to discuss what is happening and how it is helpful, how you all people can come and invest in the state of Andhra Pradesh is the agenda what we have. So before that, the Honorable Minister for Industries, Mr. T.G. Bharat, he has come. He was in another meeting, he could come. He is the one who is leading the whole industries department, not only defense, entire industry. All the policies have come under his leadership. A well-known family to the entire state of Andhra Pradesh, all of them know. The family, his father, everyone, is a very nice, thorough gentleman. Before that, I like to introduce one more gentleman who is very, very important from the military aspects of it. He is the GOC of the Andhra and Telangana whole of some area. He is from army side, he is the in charge. General Ajay Mishra, he is also present here. He has come here. And now, before proceeding with the panel discussion, I request the Honorable Minister to say a few words and then we will get into the panel discussion.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon everyone. It gives me a great pride to chair this session on Andhra Pradesh, the strategic hub for defense manufacturing, aerospace and drones. As the Minister for Industries, Commerce and Food Processing, I see this as one of the most exciting frontiers of India's growth story. When people hear about defense, aerospace and drones, they imagine things that fly high. But I tell them in Andhra Pradesh, even our ambitions fly higher. Sometimes I joke with my close associates, ISRO launches rockets into space, why shouldn't we launch ideas that reach the world? And behind that light movement is a serious truth. Our aim is not just to manufacture equipment that flies, but to build the confidence of a nation that can stand tall. India today is moving from being a buyer of technology becoming a global manufacturer and exporter of technology. Andhra Pradesh wants to be at the forefront of that transformation. With our long coastline, excellent logistics network, and a government committed to innovation, our state offers the perfect launch pad for advanced industries that define national strength and global competitiveness. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Ara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, we are creating an ecosystem where defense and aerospace investments are treated with strategic priority. We have the land, the skills, the policies, and the most importantly, the intent to deliver. Bangalore-Hyderabad Industrial Corridor being developed as the future-ready clusters with facilities for composites, precision engineering, and drone manufacturing. This is not only about the factories, it is about building a strong research and innovation chain. Collaboration with ISRO, DRDO and leading private players will ensure that Andhra Pradesh becomes a complete value chain from design and testing to production and exports. Today, the world is watching India rise, not just as a market but as a maker. In Andhra Pradesh, we believe defense and aerospace are not just manufacturing sectors, they are bridges of collaboration. We are inviting global OEMs, technology partners and investors to co-create with us to to design, test and manufacture in Andhra for the world. From Europe to Japan, from US to Israel, we are ready to partner with every nation that believes in innovation, peace and shared progress. We are encouraging startups and MSMEs to join the aerospace and drone revolution. The state's new industrial policy, space policy and defense policy provides good incentives for R&D, skill training and local component manufacturing. Our universities and engineering colleges are being aligned to create a specialized talent pool for this sector. Defense and aerospace are not just business sectors, they are instruments of nation pride. Every part made here in Andhra Pradesh will contribute to India's self-reliance and security. Our goal is simple, to make Andhra Pradesh the preferred destination for Make in India defense and aerospace. I look forward to the insights of our distinguished panelists and to collaborative action that can turn this vision into reality. Together, let us build a powerful, self-reliant and future-ready India. Thank you. And today, I don't know whether in the morning opening session, if you all were there, Sir has announced, Honorable Chief Minister has announced about the incentives that we are planning to do under an escrow mechanism. So there is no interference of any politician, no bureaucrats. Everything, once it is approved, it gets into your account. So those who haven't heard about it, I just thought I should tell you. And I'm here, there, I think after the panelists speak, if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now I start with Mr. Somnath, the man who has taken us to the moon. So let us see how he takes Andhra Pradesh where he takes now. So I want him to explain what is that happening in Andhra Pradesh and why you should come to Andhra Pradesh and how is the space ecosystem is going to evolve in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Mr. Somnath.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, and Honorable Minister Bharat, and all other panelists. It's a great honor to be here in this partnership conference of CII. Before I start, let me tell you that there are three important things the space now really demonstrated. One, India can do things that we ever thought that it is possible. Second, that it can do this with extremely low cost, or rather you can say it's a frugal way of doing things, has been demonstrated. Third, of course, is that we realize that it is a time to make all of you partners in this journey of space. I think these three things define the space sector today, and that's where the policy of Government of India came in 2020, and later in 2023 space policy has been announced, telling that now space is for all of you to participate, every sector, whether it is road, spacecraft building, rocket building, space application, infrastructure development for space, you can be a partner. No longer it is within the control of ISRO or the National Space Agency alone, it is open to everyone. Now look at what is now happening now with this type of initiative. Today we see there is a huge interest in space ecosystem building in terms of the number of industries who came for working in space sector. Today we have almost 300 and odd companies who are working in space domain, startup companies, some of them really making headlines on a regular basis, some of them making seriously very interesting business propositions which is making people confident of investing in them. Now equally interesting that you can see is across the country you see many states coming out with the forward-looking policies to attract and move space investors to come to the state. Now in this context I would like to tell you that in Andhra Pradesh, what exactly separates Andhra Pradesh from other players? Of course all of them have their own strength, I am not telling that they don't have their own strength. But Andhra Pradesh strength is nothing but its Chief Minister. And Chandrababu Naidu Garu, he has captured that he has an advantage. That's why we people are here. Dr. Reddy and we are here as advisors. I hope that he has been looking for all of us to retire to come and join us advisors to the government of Andhra Pradesh. But then we consider it as a great honor and an opportunity because we are building it for the nation. It's not for Andhra Pradesh alone. Space and defense are for the nation. And we are looking at a state where it is comfortable and convenient for people to come on certain sectors which will be advantageous to the state, where there is a forward-looking policy. And one of the important things that we did in space sector in Andhra Pradesh is that we came out with a space and industrial policy which is now announced, like the defense policy, which clearly brought out that we are going to develop a concept of space city in Andhra Pradesh, focusing on 2 local areas, not everywhere, because we don't want it to be distributed. Because it is a sector which is high-tech, it's a sector which has a collaboration which is very necessary. The logistics become very costly. We all follow this. Supply chain need to be very close-knit, so the community has to be built for space and defense. So we said that the space city has to be located at 2 places. The first place is at Raudhusurmala, which is near Tirupati. And why we have chosen it? Because we have a launch pad very close by. Satish Dhawan Space Center, the one and only launch pad of India, which is going to be the biggest launch center in the future, launching small to big rockets, and possibly for private sector, that will be the launch pad for their initial launches and operational launches also. And we need to place a manufacturing place for rockets and satellites very close to it, because it has an advantage in terms of mobility, in terms of its assembly, expertise, and all of that. So this is the first location. Second location is that must be based on other considerations. What are the considerations? Availability of people, availability of skill sets, highly educated and skilled people to be close proximity to be there. So the Sathya Sai district seems to be one of the best locations that has been identified, which is maybe 2-hour drive from Bangalore, you can reach there. So we try to create a space ecosystem and space city concept at these 2 places. One is at Raudhusurmala, which is very near to Tirupati, Sriharikota, Chennai corridor, which is going to be very comfortable for people to move across from cities and to reach that place. And the second location where you will focus on electronics, special design capability, skill development, and manufacturing of smaller systems focused in that region. So land parcels which are required for this has already been identified. Required policies are already in place. Now, who are getting interested in this, coming to this space city, we would like to create at Raudhusurmala an ecosystem where entire rocket can be manufactured. And the rocket can be integrated. And an assembled rocket, one day you will see traveling across a dedicated corridor that will develop from that place to Sriharikota and getting launched from there. I think this is a dream that we have set for ourselves. And this is a dream that the Honorable Chief Minister has very clearly highlighted to us that we should develop. And things are happening in that direction. I want to tell you people that there are a lot of interest in space companies to move over there, and some of them have already signed MOUs to come out to the space city, and more are in the pipeline. And we are looking forward to companies specifically targeting these 2 sectors there, especially in the domain of manufacturing of engines, manufacturing of the rocket parts, integrating and developing harness systems for it, test and evaluation, and then possibly engine testing and other subsystem testing activities will happen under a large ecosystem that will be developed in the Raudhusurmala. Whereas much more complex and technically intensive work of developing, engineering, all this system will happen at Sathya Sai district domain. So this is a complementary arrangement that we thought that will actually help people to not to have an issue of logistics, issue of identifying talents and pools of people who will be able to move and then create it. One of the second issue that we want to address is, it's not a manufacturing ecosystem we want to create. We want to create a system which will be convenient for people to have a society created around this high-tech technology sector. So entire space city architecture is being developed where industries, supply chains, logistics, and people are integrated into one single arrangement. So that idea is getting developed. Soon you will see that today we have the foundation stone laying of these 2. One of the space city and another is a drone city. Both have happened today, and I'm very happy that we are associated with this and we will take this idea forward, and looking forward to people to discuss and identify the possibilities. When you closely discuss, I think we will be able to communicate what exactly are the framework on which that we are building this, and what advantages that you really get when you come over to the space cities. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Just now, the Honorable CM and Honorable Union Minister of Commerce and Honorable Minister Mr. Bharatji, all have laid the foundation stone for both Space City and Drone City just now before coming here. So we are starting that. So this is happening. Now I move to from space to defense. Defense establishments, particularly the DRDO, have already got establishments in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And Andhra Pradesh has got huge human capital, a long coastline, a lot of things are there. And so it is actually industry ecosystem in the country of the defense always has to be supported by the DRDO. And we like to hear from the Director General of DRDO, who actually works with the industry, how the industries in the state of Andhra Pradesh can be promoted, what all mechanisms they have, what are the labs which are there in Andhra Pradesh, and what are the policy measures by which they can support us. Like to hear from Dr. Chandrika Kaushik.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, Dr. Reddy, Dr. Somnath, other panelists, dear colleagues sitting in the audience. DRDO has the missile center in Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh, and actually erstwhile Telangana now, Hyderabad is where most of the missile labs are there. Right in this city, we have a laboratory which works on making torpedoes for the Indian Navy. So the ecosystem in the state is very vibrant. What we are proposed as few policy measures, we have introduced the policy initiative of development cum production partner, where for every system that we are making for the armed forces, we want an industry to partner with us, one or two industries, who go on to productionize and deliver the systems to the armed forces once the development and trials are over. This initiative has led to wonderful results. More than 100 industry partners are now in the phase of getting orders for supplying capital equipment to the armed forces. More than 1.27 lakh worth of AONs have been accorded by the Ministry of Defence for supply of the systems that are being developed by DRDO to the armed forces. So at the system level, when I talk about a system, it could be a large torpedo, or it could be a missile, or it could be a tank. This is at the system level. But each system has multiple subsystems. If you talk about a tank, it will have a power pack, it will have an engine, it will have a turret, it will have optics, various kind of sites. For each of these subsystems also, we engage with industry and we identify development partners which work with the DRDO labs, and these industries which are working for the development of various subsystems continue to engage with DRDO and with the lead DCPP, and they become a part of the supply chain of the systems when the system is getting inducted. So this is at the system level. Over and above these, we have introduced multiple schemes, the Technology Development Fund, where DRDO not only funds the Indian industries, primarily the startups and the MSMEs, for development of technology. The scientists in the lab also do the hand-holding for these industries so that the technology development path becomes mature. Similarly, there is an IDEX scheme and also an Aditi scheme where significant funding to the Indian industry is happening, and once the systems get developed, those systems get inducted by the armed forces. Till date, we have given more than 2,000 licenses for production of technology that is being developed in DRDO. And not only the TOT for specific products, whatever patents have been filed by DRDO, all those patents are available for any Indian entity to make use of and improve upon it further and to commercialize it. We also have made the test facilities that are available in various labs available to the Indian industries. They can go onto the website see what specific facility that they need to make use of, apply online and make use of those test facilities that are available. To support the Indian industries in improving their manufacturing capabilities, we have engaged Quality Council of India, which is a kind of they do a third-party audit of the industries to do an evaluation as to what is the maturity level of the industries to produce systems that are required by the armed forces. Those are our primary development initiatives. So we want industry to be ready, production ready, as and when the orders are being placed. So QCI does evaluation through third-party assessors to do the maturity assessment for the Indian industries. We have done some test and training centers. One has been opened at Lucknow and in the industry corridors. We can also see how to support the drone city that is coming up and the space city with the technologies that are available. So these are some of the initiatives that are already existing in DRDO, which the Indian industries in Andhra can make use of to support us and to contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Thank you. I like to mention just a couple of things in the defense sector, what is happening. One is the government of Andhra Pradesh has come out with a defense policy which is the best in the country. Many incentives which Honorable Minister has mentioned just now. In fact, even the clusters are, one is Visakhapatnam cluster, second thing is Jagaipeta, third is Donakonda, and fourth is Madakasera, Lepakshi, and then you have in Tirupati. So there are so many, and then Oracle, Karnool, Valakar cluster. These are the 6 places where the defense and aerospace clusters are going to come. And already actions are taken, people are. Today, other than what Madam said about DRDO, today we have Bharat Electronics Limited in Machilipatnam. Bharat Electronics Limited already has come in Lepakshi. Bharat Electronics Limited, one more unit is coming in Nimako. These are all. And near Oracle, again a big DRDO facility is there north. These are all the things which are already there. Now the new industries which are coming, I want to announce you. One is Mr. Sampath is here, HFCL. He is a big unit which is coming. Bharat Dynamics Limited, BDL, is also coming, already identified the land. They have taken 1200 acres of land near Donakonda, they are also going to come. There are many more like that. Bharat Forge, Mr. Colonel Jairam will explain. Then we have ICOM coming, we have PEL coming, we have Enertech coming. There are so many industries which are coming in a big way, and BDL actually is coming in 2 places. One is in Visakhapatnam also 140 acres. So it is happening in a big way. So when this is happening, I like to mention, ask both the 2 industries who have taken 1000 acres plus, Mr. Sampath, what do you feel and why you are attracted to this state? And how do you say that all others also should get attracted to the state of Andhra Pradesh like you?
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The respected Shri T.T. Bharat Garu, the Honorable Minister of Industries and Commerce, Government of Andhra Pradesh, the moderator of the session, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, these fellow speakers, Shri Somnath, sir, Chandrika Madam, and my fellow speakers on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, it's very interesting proposition for HFCL to be in Andhra Pradesh. HFCL is existence for the telecommunication product for over 40 years. For last 10 years, lot of R&D has happened with respect to development of critical technologies that is the need of the hour for protecting our nation. So more than 400 crore has been invested in the last 8 to 10 years for development of critical technologies, with more and more interest coming in, mainly because of ease of doing business, support from the Ministry of Defence and Government of India. The Indian products are finding place among the armed forces. So keeping that aspiration in mind, we wanted to not only take the R&D efforts of our company with about 400 crores of investment to the next level of manufacturing. In fact, we have been approaching various governments. It was not that easy to get a quantum of land that we were looking for, because we wanted to invest about 1,400 crore and establish a large defense manufacturing facility. One of the criteria that we have requested the government of Andhra Pradesh was, we already have offices and manufacturing facilities in Bangalore. We wanted to have this facility close by. In fact, when I went with this request to Secretary Industries, just over a phone almost he approved a project. And till then I heard, see, I have been in the defense industry for about 32 years. Till talking to Andhra Pradesh government, I only know that ease of doing business is what we are talking about. I never come across a speed of doing business. Believe me, Dr. Reddy sir, accidentally I met and I expressed my desire to establish an ammunition facility with an investment of 1,400 crore. He just connected to the Secretary Industries, Dr. Yuvraj sir. Almost over a phone, I got my land allotted. So it is easy for any entrepreneurs who are interested to come and do business in the state of Andhra Pradesh. In fact, I compliment Shri Bharat Garu and his entire team for hand-holding us and providing a land. With only one visit I have made so far to Vijayawada, but things were done in a very, very fastest mode. Give a big round of applause for them. Having said that, in fact, in the 1,000 acres of land, we intend to do our own design products and also some of the technologies that are coming out with an open hand. They are supporting the DRDO technologies. So we intend to set up a manufacturing plant for electronic fuses for artillery ammunition. We intend to work on there are 3 types of artillery fuses. All 3 of them will be producing. In fact, I am very happy to tell you that we have large running contract for supplying more than 120,000 electronic fuses for one of the NATO customer. The other thing, we also intend to set up a facility for producing grenades. Indian Armed Forces and also international community requires huge number of ammunitions in millions. So we intend to set up a plant in Madakashira for producing about 4 million multi-mode hand grenades. Technology transfer is from DRDO, one of the lab from DRDO. So we are working on it. Technology absorption is in advanced stage. So we are looking for a manufacturing setup to come up in next less than 6 months time. One of the most interesting project that would be coming up in Madakashira near Hindupur is there is a great shortage of artillery ammunition in the world market because of the geopolitical situation. My company, we have already tied up with one of the European technology partner to set up a ammunition filling plant, and we are going to be setting up in 2 phases. Maybe within 2 years from now, we will be going ahead with producing about 1.5 lakhs 155 mm artillery shells in 2 phases. Means in next 4 to 5 years, we wanted to have 3 lakhs 155 mm artillery shells production facility. It's basically completely filled shell with TNT or maybe RDX or HMX. So that is the kind of setup that is coming up. So we are committed to have our investment as per what we have already mentioned to you. This will generate about around 1,000 direct employment, about 2,500 indirect employment. Dr. Reddy sir said why investors should be coming in. In fact, the Hindupur and Satyasai district is emerging as a defense and manufacturing hub. Please come over. We want many MSMEs to be supporting us. I have committed in my last meeting on 30th April at Andhra Pradesh. We wanted to guarantee that whoever comes and coexist with us, we wanted to be working with you as a partner for long time. Thank you so much.
I request the remaining speakers to take only 3 minutes if you don't mind, because organizer said we have to close by 3:45 and we have to take some questions from audience. Now I go to Colonel Jairam. Can you tell the story of Bharat Forge? 3 minutes please.
Thank you, sir. I think I will take about 20 minutes to thank CIA and Satish Reddy Garu for curating such wonderful team on the dais. I feel fortunate to be part of such elite people, Satish Reddy Garu, Somnath Garu, and also Honorable Minister of Industries Bharat Garu. So Kalyani Group has started artillery gun production about 13-14 years ago, completely indigenous, and the vision comes from our chairman Baba Kalyani. Though he was supposed to be the speaker sitting on this chair, but unfortunately he had last minute commitment and he has personally conveyed his regret of not being here. So I come in his place in the last minute change. So this kind of vision which has come is primarily to support the Indian Defence Forces. Right now the time seems very right because of the Viksit Bharat 2047, then Swarnandhra 2047, then also one family, one entrepreneur coming from the Chief Minister's vision also aligns with industries coming to Andhra Pradesh. So Kalyani Group also had taken up a similar land parcel that Sampath is mentioning. We have also taken 1,000 acres for a similar line of business, but we will be diversifying into propellants for rockets as well as motors for space. So this is what is on the mind of Kalyani Group. Apart from that, I think there is a vision to have 1 lakh crore investment by 2030 into defence and aerospace in Andhra Pradesh, and also there is a plan to generate employment for 1 lakh employees. So the steps are being taken, and I sincerely wish the mission being with Dr. Satish Reddy, who has led DRDO and also been the scientific advisor to RM and now the advisor to AB government. So I feel the vision and the mission is in safe hands, and it would create a lot of opportunities for meeting the vision of one family, one entrepreneurship, people coming from locals in Andhra and then creating MSME cluster ecosystem around the defense and aerospace industry. Also, I would like to say from Mr. Kalyani's side that though we are talking about self-sustenance, Atmanirbharta, but there is a need as a country that we need to enhance our manufacturing capabilities. So most of the times when the defense forces are looking for acquiring military equipment, we tend to look at foreigners because their delivery periods are shorter. We need to build this capability to make completely Atmanirbhar and create a supply chain which is robust, which can take on the needs of the defense forces and keep the design and IP within the country. So manufacturing is what we see as a defense future from the vision of Mr. Kalyani, which I'd like to communicate here. I think since we are running short of time, I'll conclude. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. Now we go to space again. And of course defense also. We go to the youngest man of the whole lot, young boy, but very big in his achievements and ambitions. I ask Anirudh from Digandhara to tell his story of why he wants to come to Lepakshi and establish there, and what are that he is doing. 3 minutes.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity. I would say when we started this company back in 2020, we had really no idea on how do we scale a space business out of India, because there was no really, we didn't have any demand actually to be able to build a business beyond a research project that we started. Today we are at a scale, down in our journey 5 years, we're at a scale where we've launched satellites, we are operating a ground-based sensor network to track objects in space. So we're in the business of tracking objects in space, specifically talking about space domain awareness. What we do is mostly dual use in nature, both for defense and for civil applications. We work towards building navigational pathways in orbit and ensuring satellites don't collide in space. And why Andhra Pradesh? I would say for a startup, we've been able to do a lot of things which are in our hands, basically all the technology developments that we had to do that we can fast pace and work on. But I think one of the most important things for any startup is pace of execution. So we've worked with several state governments in the past to understand how do we navigate certain policies and build capabilities and build infrastructure. Given proximity to our office in Bangalore, Devakshi, and Devakshi also is one of my ancestral place, we wanted to set up a facility, and we are working on building a facility there for developing satellites right now. And we initially started working on satellites for just optical purposes. Right now, with a couple of more engagements that we're working on, we're building huge satellites, up to a ton-class satellite on communication side. Hence, we are working towards understanding how can we leverage the pace of execution that the government of Andhra Pradesh has to offer for us to be able to make our dream come true. Thank you.
Thank you, Andhra. Incidentally, this office is inaugurated by Mr. Somnath, and in a building. 1 floor, 7th floor is offices that Somnath was inaugurating. 6th floor, another defense startup I was inaugurating. That's how it happened. Now it is Mr. Nilay Verma. I don't want to say anything, I don't want to ask him because he knows much beyond. He works at very high level, at international level. He just returned from US with a think tank, discussing and all that. I like him to say, what do you want to tell us? The whole community here, everyone.
I think sir was saying he speaks too much. But really, Dr. Reddy, thank you so much for inviting us to be part of this. I just want to make a broader point first. I think as a country, we have this ambition of being Viksit Bharat, a developed country. For me, developed country means 3 things. We should have the best healthcare, the world's best education, and also strategic autonomy. I think aerospace and defense manufacturing is core to our strategic autonomy. And I think in life and in business, timing is extremely important. I think Andhra Pradesh is privileged to have a leadership which not only believes in ambition but has a policy to make things happen. I also think from a timings perspective, the world is seeing the old order of A&D manufacturing change. What was the old order? It was designed in the West, manufacture in low-cost economy, and assemble where the cost of labor is cheap. I think all of that is changing because of 3 reasons. Obviously, geopolitical tension. But second is the technology denial that is happening around the world. And third is trust-based relationship is moving away. I think in that context, Dr. Satish Reddy has already spoken about the policy that the government of Andhra Pradesh has. But I would want to make 2 points here. I mean, he's already spoken about the fact that we have a great policy which reduces the cost of friction, the cost of entry. We are developing in the state cluster-based approach to mirror this. But I think 3 points, if I can make very quickly. I think the depth of the eastern seaboard that we have as a state makes the risk of lead time for delivery for OEMs and Tier 1 manufacturer extremely important. I think the Bay of Bengal, I think that's what Andhra Pradesh brings. I think the second point really is about speed. People have spoken about it. I just want to give a quick anecdote. When the new government came in, they appointed Mr. N. Chandra, chairman of the Tata Group, to be part of the chairman of the task force, was looking at how to do economic revival. And in one of the conversations that he had with Nara Lokesh, when our traveling, the minister asked, what is the one thing that you have a suggestion for us when we're asking for investment in the state? He said, speed. And that's really what we are seeing today. But the third point that I wanted to make, and it's an important point, when we as advisors to business, when they are talking to governments, they want government to also speak their language. Very often, which is never the case. But in the state of Andhra Pradesh, they've actually brought in, and here is a perfect example, Dr. Satish Reddy, Dr. Somnath are actually speaking the language of the industrialists and making sure that the policy and action are actually happening. I think that makes a world of difference, in trying to bring in investment into the state. Dr. Satish Reddy, thank you so much. My 3 minutes are over.
Quick questions from audience who are here. Maybe we will be able to take about 3 questions probably. Anyone? Yes, please. Madam. Okay, we'll give first preference to you. Any mic? Run. To whom you want that question addressing also you tell.
Hello. Hi everyone. I'm Sejal Jain from Cosmos Aero Space. This question is to Somnath sir and Anirudh. So, as Andhra Pradesh positions itself as strategic hub for aerospace and space manufacturing, one of the most critical emerging needs for global space ecosystem is space sustainability, which involves active debris removal and also in-orbit servicing. So, what roadmap do you envision for enabling deep tech startups through policy, infrastructure, and mission-driven collaborations through ISRO and DRDO?
Thank you so much, and it's a very important and relevant question. But then Anirudh is more qualified to answer because he's into that business already. But then I will tell you that as a state policy of creating such support ecosystem, what we need today is a place where you can do active research on these type of domains, especially with regard to object tracking, technologies related to space robotics, where you will be able to capture and deorbiting activities. Technologies which will enable us to observe based on not ground alone, but based on space technology. That implies that you should have an active satellite-based infrastructure capability or building capability in private and significant way than what is currently available. So these are the things that we need to look at for this sector. But equally important is to create a ground-based observation capability which is coming up. But then that is not limited to Andhra alone, so I won't elaborate on that. Then over to you.
Say it is more like a cycle for any sector to operate. Back in probably 2000s, we had around 500, 600 satellites to now almost around 16,000 satellites. With 16,000 active satellites, at some point in time, somebody will bring in a regulation to deorbit these satellites actively than it is being done at this point in time. Probably then I think the technologies that are being developed will be useful, but I think it's more like a cycle. We are evolving as part of the cycle. It would take certain time. Like Sir mentioned, we are in the process of now tracking these objects. The first part before removing is to understand what happened, and that is something that is the world is focusing on right now. Once this is done, I think there will be an ecosystem for markets like active debris removal and any rendezvous proximity operations. On the other side, when you look at the dual use part of this particular application, I think it's very interesting for defense use cases.
One small inspirational thing I want to just say before going to the next question from this man. The Anirudh happens to be son of a DRDO employee, not a scientist. His normal employee's son. And see the boy who has come up, and the company in no time of 2 to 3 years, I think the company valuation is somewhere around 1700 crores or 1800 crores. So that is where people can grow, use the opportunities and grow. Yeah, please.
Yeah, my name is Surya Bezoda. I am from Canada. My question is for Satish Reddy Garu and Bharat. Satish Reddy Garu, when we are talking about the technology, right, we only talk about Israel and all the technologies. When you say we are capable of doing so many drone technology and defense technology, where do we stand? Who are our competitors globally right now in our technology space in case of defense?
Globally, competitors are, let's say, USA, Russia, China, France, Israel, to some extent Germany. These are the people. And if you look at it, we are in the first 4 of space technologies, we are first 4 or 5 in the defense technologies of missiles, we are in the first 5 of having the nuclear triad, we are the first in the gun, we are actually 4th in the anti-satellite technologies. So if you say we are standing in many things in the first 4 or 5. So there are competitors. Right now we are actually got into the catching up mode. We will be actually going to the leading mode in the coming years. With all of you coming back from Canada and establishing the industries here, we will lead the world. Okay?
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Bharat Garu, I think
I think one question enough for one. No, later you can ask. Please, this one here. Yeah. Quick.
Good afternoon to the respected panel members. I am
Louder.
Prakash Navdeep. So I am the CEO and co-founder of Aero Space Technologies. We are into production of plasma propulsion systems for satellite applications, and we are headquartered at AV Innovation Society, Visakhapatnam. My question is to Honorable Minister Bharat Garu and Somnath sir. Sir, so since the space policy has been announced, what are the plans to establish a common space hardware qualification and testing facilities for the emerging players in Andhra Pradesh? And how soon are we expected to get the infrastructure and capacity building initiatives in regard of this?
One of the point I want to tell you, if you are a startup company in space sector, currently ISRO itself gives you the support ecosystem. As per the policy announced by Government of India, InSpace is the agency through which you will be able to access the knowledge facilities of ISRO directly. So that's the first thing. Second part is there is an MOU coming up between InSpace and Andhra Pradesh government. And once that is signed, we are seeking their support in creating a 100 crore worth testing and qualification facility, which InSpace has agreed that they will give at due course of time. So we hope that that will come up in the Space City also, which will be the place where you can actually source skills, source softwares, test equipments for where the investment is very high for startup companies. So we also look at companies who will be able to provide the support services. And we are also talking to some of those companies who will be able to move to the Space City to provide a testing and qualification and quality support to those companies who are going to work in the space sector.
Any more questions? I think separately you can take it up. We are running out. He is already standing there asking us to vacate. So all are available who are there on the dais for you till evening, and some maybe tomorrow also. And the Honorable Minister is available anytime he said. He has got his email ID and other numbers also. Our details, so you can take it. Thank you. We are actually overwhelmed by the response. A lot of people are standing. The hall is full. And many people came and gone back. That shows the interest in the state of Andhra Pradesh for space, aero and defense. Thank you very much. And on the behalf of Honorable Minister, because we don't have time, I am thanking him and thanking you all from his behalf. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With this we conclude. I would like to request the Honorable Minister Sir to just give us a word so that we can share it. With this, we conclude this session. Thank you so much for joining us for this interactive session and more insightful session. Thank you so much, and we look forward to interact with you in future. And I now request we will be having a few MOUs signed with Honorable Minister Garu, and I would request all the food crossing companies to please be ready. Sir, just a minute, sir. Sir, I would request, sir. Sir, I would request Bharat sir to give a few moments to the speakers. So just a minute, sir. Please give request Bharat sir to give the momentous to the honorable speakers. Somnath sir, thank you so much. Please give us a round of applause. To Chandrika ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Jairam Garu from Kalyani Coach. Thank you so much, sir. Now to Mr. Nilay Verma. Thank you so much, sir. Now to Sampath Garu, Sampath Kumar. And to Mr. Anirudh. Thank you so much for your presence, dear speakers. Thank you. And most importantly, we have a moderator, Satish Reddy sir. Thank you so much for making this happen, sir. Without you, it would have been something else. Thank you so much. So I would now request, food crossing team to get ready. So here we are in, at Kannur district. Sir. Nava Wet Foods investing 35 crores at Tirupati. Request MOUs to please come forward. Please make a way and please come forward, please. We don't have much time.
One level, sir. One, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Vishwashree Protein Private Limited. Vishwashree Protein Private Limited. Vishwashree Private Protein Private Limited. Yeah. Investing 49.82 crores in Krishna district. Srimitra Foods Private Limited. Srimitra Foods. Srimitra Foods. Srimatre. Srimatre Foods India Private Limited. Investing 10 crores in Kurnool district. Navavet Foods. Navavet Foods. Navavet Foods. Navavet Foods. Navavet Foods is. Okay, great, thanks. Navavet Food investing 35 crores in Tirupati. We have Blue Moon Breweries Private Limited. Investing 38 crores at Tirupati. Fresh Bowl. Fresh Bowl. Fresh Bowl. Fresh Bowl Horticulture Private Limited investing 45 crores at Kurnool district. Lahman Food Products Limited. Lahman Foods Products Private Limited. Lahman Food Products Private Limited investing 50 crores in West Godavari district. Fertis India Private Limited. Fertis. Yeah. Fertis India Private Limited investing 1100 crores in Anakapalli district. Fertis India. Sneha Group. Vaibhav Lakshmi investing 300 crores at Nellore. Vaibhav Lakshmi investing 300 crores at Nellore. Vaibhav Lakshmi. Lahman Foods. Lahman. Fertis India Private Limited. Indian Prime Coffee investing 145 crores in Vijayanagara. Yes. Indian Prime Coffee investing 145 crores at Vijayanagara. Okay. So there we have duos with the Ace International Limited, Mother Dairy, Ace International Limited investing 786.15 at Chittoor. Mother Dairy investing 427.6 crores at Chittoor. Mother Dairy investing 427.6 crores at Chittor. Thank you very much.
బ్యాక్ సైడ్ పోయి అలా పోయినప్పుడు
Thank you very much.
ఇది స్టార్ట్ అయినా కొత్త చెప్పేసిపోతా.
Thank you very much. We concluded the MOUs of food processing department. We are now heading to unlocking India's eastward gateway, reducing logistics cost and powering manufacturing through coastal advantages. We sincerely apologize for the delay of the session. So I would